this is Jay Rose from Total Dealer Training. And I just want to congratulate you on a great tax season, 2023. Yep, it's pretty much maybe one or two customers left with money, but most of them have spent it, they received it, and more importantly, hopefully you collected as much of it as possible. Now, we did a video earlier on how to prepare for a successful tax season. Now, I want to cover how to prepare for post-tax season, kind of like the regular season if you use a sports analogy. A lot of things happen during a busy time, tax season, or other type of events that come up. What happens is, as management or leaders or coaches, you get to see how your team performs at the highest level. Meaning that they're stressed because there's a lot of customers, a lot of phone calls, a lot of extra activities needed from them. And really it comes down to, were they prepared? Were they trained? And were you properly staffed? So now's not a time to point fingers what went well or didn't go well during tax season. It's more of a reflective time to make changes or to look at your people, your process, and your product and make adaptations so you can have the rest of the year to be successful if you missed a couple things during tax season. No big deal. With our store, we were lucky to have been prepared. We spent about 4 months at the end of the fourth quarter last year getting ready, getting our inventory ready, getting all our people trained up, making sure we were staffed properly, not just the right number of people, but also schedule-wise. We covered contingencies of what happens, who's going to cover, who's the backup in every position, because when it came time to tax season, you didn't have extra time to make up for any time wasted, especially when customers, all it takes is you miss one follow-up call, you don't get back to a customer, maybe has a service concern during tax season. They know, everyone's talking, I'm just going to drop that car off, voluntarily surrender it, and get me a new car down the street. And so even though we look at traditionally tax season is a higher volume of cars that are sold or delivered, it's also a higher volume of people who are basically repossessing. Not that they don't have the money, it's do they want to give it to your team? Do they like you enough? Do they respect you enough? And is there communication in your payment center collections team that they want to give it to them versus start a new relationship? So the good news about tax season is it stretches us and really exploits what areas do we need training? What areas do we need to improve on? Not just our team, but also coaching and management. So these are the things I want you to write down. I'll go through each department, whether it's the underwriting, sales and underwriting department, whether it's the reconditioning department, your service, how you take care of not just getting your cars ready to go so they last at least 30 days to the new customer, but also what happens when it comes back. So because right now about average is 60% of all repos in the dealerships, buy here, pay here dealers around the country are because of a mechanical event that we are not set up to and trained how to handle that properly. So we'll talk about that in other videos, but again, inventory, who's buying your inventory? What did you see during tax season as far as what cars were more desirable? And then most importantly is they may be desirable, but if they break all the time, well, you're not going to keep your customer for 3 years making payments. So if you're looking to increase sales, lower your repossessions, and increase your profits this year, look no further than collateral protection from CP Insurance Associates. They were the #1 and first collateral protection approved in Texas, and I have them in my dealerships and I see the results. So if you want the best in service, in claims payments, and also making sure that you increase your profitability to help you sell more cars, give Bill Murphy a call, the number below. Did you learn anything about what cars to add to your no-buy list? Was it better to recycle your repossessions, or did you have to overpay for inventory out there because the prices have not come down? Maybe for a few days here or there, but this is like the new. Very high prices, and we have to adapt our business model, because if you don't, it's just going to eat itself. Because getting a nicer, newer car with half the miles or twice the price does not get you a better customer. We'll talk about that in other videos that I have already, which is the behavior of our customers in buy here, pay here is always going to be the same. The same percentage of charge-offs is going to happen based on the number of people who do not pay you. Whether it's a $4,000 ACV car or an $8,000 ACV car, they're still not going to pay you the same way. All you've done is doubled your charge-off dollar amount. Plus, looking at the math, you get two customers for the same price of one, or just one customer. You're not going to charge the 8,000 ACV customer twice as much a month to make up for the $400 a month you're getting from the 4,000 ACV customer, when you mark it up to 8 or 9. So we'll talk about that later, but every little detail, know your reports, make sure your tracking is in place, you're tracking the right amount of information, and whether it's incoming leads, which advertising sources worked or didn't work. I know we do about 25%-ish of our customers are customer referrals. That's a really good indication if you have a good relationship in the payment center, that they're referring people to you because they're actually staying, they're not repossessing. About 25% is from business referrals, from professionals out there, either professional posters, people who post on social media, or new car dealerships that can't get retail, that can't get them approved. They're going to go somewhere, so they might as well take advantage of getting money for their lead that they already paid $400 or $500 to bring in the door. The other 25% is pretty much from drive-by, and also from just miscellaneous stuff. And the remaining 25% is going to be from not just your regular advertising, but we do a lot in Google. We get probably about 20-25 deals a month using Google AdWords and things like that. So the key is, I'm not saying that's where you need to spend your money, but know where your customers are coming from, so then you can adapt and adjust in advertising. Same thing with people. If you're tracking your technicians, what their efficiency is, how you're paying them 8 hours a day, how many flag hours are they producing? I'm not saying to pay them flag time commission. We pay our techs hourly, but you need to track it. What if one person is only doing 2 hours of labor a day and you're paying them 8 and the other person is doing 14? Do you even know? So you need to track that, because if you have an in-house service department, that's great. In theory, if you're only paying $25 or $25 an hour for your tech versus $80 outside, maybe the outside shop is actually more effective when you look at it. But again, you don't know until you track. So make sure you track your reconditioning department, track your collections or payment center, track after sale repairs and that process, and making sure you track how everybody works together. Because at the end of the day, you can deliver 200 cars a month and go broke. But you can do 50, and be very profitable, or even 30. The key is stay within your cash model, track it to make sure you have enough cash, you're collecting it out, and you're growing in your receivables. The number one thing is growing, okay? If you have to grow, but you also have to collect. So the best indicator financially, people always ask me, Jay, with all the different chart of accounts on a balance sheet, what's the number one thing? Net profit, because everything else is smoke and mirrors. At the end of the day is how much money did you make? As far as, cash did you get back in? Sometimes you can actually not owe taxes, but generate a lot of cash, and vice versa. So it's important for you to know what your numbers are. If you have any questions, just give me a call. You can click down below, send me an email, and basically make it a custom program for you and your management staff, and I'll help you through whatever you're going to do after tax season. So remember, write down all the changes you'd make with your people, all the changes in your processes, and all the changes with your inventory, either pre and post inventory. So look forward to hearing from you, and again, have a great day. Total Dealer Training trains and coaches dealership personnel through online, in-dealership, and live workshops. We educate, motivate, and develop the skills of your team to improve results while allowing them to be the best possible versions of themselves. If you want more information about our services, visit our totaldealertraining.com website, or you can call me directly at 904-955-7666. We can customize a training solution that'll meet your dealership needs. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, or comment so you can be notified when future videos are released.